everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing well. Today we are going to be making progress in some of the series I'm currently reading. I'm trying to kind of finish off a few of my series, or at least make progress in a few of them, because I have some series that have a lot of books out that I'm very behind on. I'm going to be trying to catch up in this video because I have a few series that I'm wanting to start and I really don't want to start any until I've finished a couple of the ones I'm reading now. So without further ado, let's get into it. The first series I made progress in for this video was the Folly Valley Mystery series by Ian Moore. I read the fourth one, which is Death in Les Jardins, and this is the last book out. There are two novellas out at the moment, which I still haven't read, but I'm basically finished with this series, which I am so sad about, but I'm hoping he writes more. I thought that it was a trilogy, and then I found out a couple weeks ago that he had written a fourth one this year, so I jumped on it immediately. I was so excited to read this one. This series follows Richard, who's from England, who now lives in France in the Folly Valley, running a B&B with his housekeeper, Madame Tablier, and his business partner slash partner in crime, Valerie Dorsey, and her dog. So, as you can imagine, it's already just quite the cast of characters. But these three get into worlds of trouble, especially Valerie and Richard. They've got a little bit of tension there, a little romantic tension, but they are always trying to get into other people's business, solve crimes, all kinds of just hijinks basically. So this fourth one ends up with Madame Tablier being arrested for the murder of her brother-in-law, and then Richard and Valerie trying to figure out what's going on and get her out of trouble. So I won't say any more because I don't want to spoil it or the others in the series, but if you haven't heard of this series, you need to pick it up. It is so much fun. They are such fun characters. It's fun seeing Richard being really English, contrasting with Valerie's like overt Frenchness, always getting into trouble, and it's a really funny series with a really nice mystery as well. There's always good twists and turns and they keep you on your toes. So I would highly recommend the audiobook. It is read by the author Ian Moore, and he just does such a good job with the snark and all that kind of stuff, so I would really recommend it. This was a 5-star read for me. The second series I made progress in for this video was the Armstrong and Oscar Cozy Mystery series by T.A. Williams. I read the fourth one in this series, which is Murder in Siena. This series is pretty similar to the Folly Valley Mystery series I was talking about. I actually found this as like a recommendation of if you like this, you'll like that. So this one follows Dan, who is also from England, but he's an ex-police officer, and he moves to Italy and starts up his private investigation firm and is solving murders and crimes around Italy. So this one follows Dan and his girlfriend and his police officer friend and his wife, who go for a weekend getaway to the Tuscan countryside, and a murder happens because of course it does. The main suspect after they find the body is wolves. So it's this big thing. There's these wolf conservationists who are kind of fighting against this, and there's the locals who hate the wolves and they're blaming the wolves. So it's kind of unraveling that and finding out if it was a wolf, if it was a person, and what was going on there. And we do see poor Oscar, who's Dan's dog, being kind of a little bit in danger here because he's obviously a dog and wolves can go after dogs. But yeah, it's a fun read. It's always good fun. I listened to this on audiobook as well. It's a really fun read, and the audiobook is so nice because the narrator does such a good job of really communicating sarcasm, and again, it's just fun seeing the Englishmen versus foreign European countries come to life with an audiobook. So I would highly recommend this one. This was a 4 stars for me. The third series I made progress in for this video is the Clue Mystery series by Diana Peterfront. I read the second in the series, which is In the Study with the Wrench. So this is a sequel to the first one, which is In the Hall with the Knife. This is kind of following our group of characters after the big storm in the first one. So they're all coming back to school after the murder of the character in the first book. There has actually been another murder on campus, and they're kind of trying to figure out that, if it's actually a murder or if it's natural causes. They're dealing with the headmaster's stand-in, who is like one of the board of directors, and they're all kind of struggling with her new regime. So it's about them getting back into the swing of things with school and then trying to solve this murder. And then we have some interesting kind of relationship developments and character developments. We find out some interesting things about a certain secret identity of one of the characters in the first book, so that continues on. And then there's a bit of a twist at the end. So overall, it's still just chugging along. This was a 3-star read for me. It's a nice, good YA mystery read, but I'm happy to make progress in it. I'm actually about halfway through the last one now too, so I'm a little bit bad at stopping series, especially when they're just a trilogy, so I kind of just end up reading into this and I get a little bit curious what happens to the characters. But it's not a great series, but I do think I'm a bit old for it, so definitely if you're like a teen, it would probably be more your speed. So I would recommend it. It's a fun little series, and yeah. Alright guys, that is it for today's video. I think I made some good progress in some of my series, and this might become a reoccurring kind of trend on my channel, is trying to crank through some of my series, because I did make some good progress and it's good to get a few of them done at once. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please consider hitting like or subscribe, and if you've got anything to say to me, whack it down in the comments. I will leave my links in the description below, so if you want to check me out on Instagram or Goodreads, that'll be there. And yeah, hope to see you guys again in another video. Bye!